Governors at a Muslim faith school in Birmingham are claiming the City Council has undermined their school in what amounts to a witch hunt. They've all been officially removed from their posts amid claims of financial problems and serious failings. A new leadership team is due to arrive at the school next week, but the governors say they'll resist all attempts by the council to take over. Giles Latcham reports.
On a mission, School Governor Wasim Yaqub went to Department for Education headquarters in London today to try to see the Education Secretary. He's been running this Islamic faith school in Bordsley Green, Al-Hijrah, and says it boasts some of the best exam results in Birmingham. But Ofsted say teaching is inadequate and management poor, and the council want to replace Mr Yaqub and his colleagues with a new set of governors. At a news conference, he claimed the council were acting illegally and said when pupils returned from half-term on Monday, he would refuse the new governor's entry.
We will resist any illegal actions by anyone, whether they are in the local authority or if the Prime Minister comes to do something illegal, we will also resist that. We believe every decent, peaceful, good citizen has a right to resist this kind of tyranny by the pen.
In a letter to Mr Yaqub, senior council official Peter Hay says that governance at Al-Hijrah remains inadequate, that the school is running a deficit of more than £400,000 and that the plan it's drawn up for improvement is not fit for purpose. A Birmingham MP says the council is acting within its rights.
There's absolutely nothing illegal. The interim executive boards are a norm. They're allowed by the Education Act in order for local authorities to gain access to schools and turn a failing school around. So there's absolutely nothing illegal about this at all. This is the normal procedure that councils take when they want to go in to support and help a failing school.
Wasim Yaqub left the Department for Education without seeing a minister, but says he will continue to seek a meeting with Michael Gove. Concerns about Al-Hijrah are not directly linked to the ongoing investigation into the Trojan Horse letter, the supposed plot by Muslims to take over the running of governing bodies. But at Al-Hijrah, they say their case is a further example of the City Council failing to run the city's schools fairly and effectively. Giles Latcham, BBC Midlands Today, Westminster.
Well, in a separate development about who really runs schools in parts of Birmingham, the BBC has been given an exclusive interview by a prominent head teacher. He says the government was warned 4 years ago about a so-called Trojan Horse plot by Muslim extremists to take over some schools in the city. I'm joined now by our special correspondent, Peter Wilson. Peter, what more can you tell us about this?
Well, that Trojan Horse plot emerged back in March. It was an unsigned document, but it's led to some 200 allegations being given to the City Council, which are now being investigated not just by them, but also by the government. We've had schools, teachers, governors and pupils denying these allegations, refuting them. But tonight, a head teacher, his name is Tim Boys, the head teacher at Queensbridge School in Moseley, is saying that he warned the government 4 years ago about this matter. Also that he was aware of head teachers being put under extreme pressure, especially non-Muslim head teachers, over the past 2 decades.
And over those 20 years, I know of particular places where these kinds of tensions and politics have exploded. And as a result, I know that head teachers have had nervous breakdowns, they've lost their jobs, schools have been really torn apart, and it is intensely difficult.
And Peter, what have the government said about these claims?
They're saying that Mr Boys spoke to them as part of a general policy discussion 4 years ago. They're also saying that they, as a government, have done more than anybody else to tackle the problem of extremism in schools.
Peter Wilson, thank you. A newly elected UKIP councillor from Redditch, who allegedly